don't expect to grow your social media, your brand like this 1 year. It might take 10 years. But guess what? If you don't do anything, it's going to take longer. So you got to start right now where you're at. Hey guys, welcome back to Driven Couples, and today we have a really special show. Literally, like what made us $30 million, like 30 million. Last 2 years, we made $30 million each year in revenue, and people might be wondering, well,
Recording in progress.
people might be wondering, like, how does that work? Well, we have a lot of businesses, and that is a number that we reached for the last 2 years, and I think I'm pretty damn proud of it. This year we're gonna do 60 million. And I really believe that by the end of this year, I'll be a billionaire.
Hopefully.
No, I really believe it.
Please, that way I can.
And I'm doing it through and it's gonna be through a company called Driven, if you guys haven't heard about that. And we do have other businesses that we're growing, and we do plan on selling some of those companies in the next 4 to 5 years. I plan on, well, you guys know that we live in Bel Air, obviously. We used to live in Beverly Hills, and then we went from a little suite to a bigger suite to more suites to this big entire floor that we have. And we've been through everything, so I'm very happy where we are. Every 3 months, we travel to Puerto Rico, give or take, and fly private. We've been doing that for the last 3 years. We haven't been on a commercial flight for 3 years. And I'm not saying all of this to brag. I'm just telling you guys where we are right now. And I'm telling you that it doesn't get easier.
No.
It doesn't become less work, and it doesn't become less to do. It's the opposite.
You become better.
You become better, which makes it easier. So I say a lot of the times life is easy because it is. Like, life is easy. Like, I have a 6-pack, it's easy. I have millions, it's easy. My net worth is in the multi-millions, it's easy. I fly private, it's easy.
Are
I
those
have my
new
own
shoes?
job. No, they're not new shoes. Like, they were clean. So everything, I have red bottoms, it's easy. Everything I have is easy. You know, it's $1 million Ferrari, it's easy. It's very easy. But it's because people don't see what I don't post online. What I don't post on social media, that's what people need to focus on. And I don't post everything that I'm doing all the time. And many times I'm doing a lot of things, and people don't realize how much I'm doing. Like, when I'm in my gym, I'm working like a hawk, okay? When I wake up at 5, I'm working like a hawk. I have a power schedule that I follow, and every minute needs to be very, 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 very efficient. So I was having a conversation with John, one of our guys this morning, and I was telling him, like, hey, there's only 3 things you need to be doing in life. If this dude is not part of the company anymore, why the fuck are you talking to him? Like, is he intelligent? Are you going to learn something from him? Are you going to take any takeaways? Like, what's the whole point? What's the whole point? Why are you going to go have lunch with an idiot or with somebody that has no value to offer you? For what? You know, so we're talking, and I told John, the only 3 things, because John is going to get an R8, an Audi R8.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. And I'm encouraging him to get it, and I can't wait for him to get it. I'll be so happy. So John is getting an R8 this year. If you're watching this, John, and it's the convertible and it's the V10. So I'm telling John, look, that's easy for you to do. I understand that there is less business out there, but there's also less competition. There is actually no competition. All the lenders are out of business. And if you're closing 1 loan a month, that's literally out of business. Like, how do you pay your bills? You might as well get a job that pays you 60 grand, 50 grand, or even 40 grand a year if you're closing 1 loan a month.
Right.
Like, you're not going to last, and it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. So I tell John, hey, look, the business that's still out there, it's all for you because there's nobody there. Like, only TMG is out there hunting direct lenders, these big lenders. If you guys think that mortgage brokers, talking about the mortgage broker company now, TMG, if you guys think that it's slowed down for mortgage brokers, how do you feel the big institutions, the lending companies, like how do you feel Rocket Mortgage is doing right now? How do you think UWM is doing right now? How do you think Loan Depot is doing right now? These people are laying off people. These people they have a lot of expenses, a lot more expenses. So how are they dealing with that? They're not getting business right now. They're not. I mean, just Google it. Look at the data. How many loan originations applications are being made?
Generated.
So if you have a tiny little broker shop and you're struggling, it's the worst time to start a new shop with nothing in place, first of all. But if you have a smaller shop that grew, then if it's very tough for you, imagine how much tougher it is for these big institutions, the Goliaths. So what I'm going to anticipate right now is I'm going to anticipate like one of these big companies going out of business. I'm not saying which company, but there's big companies. I'm talking about big companies like Keller Williams, EXP, Rocket Mortgage, UWM, to name a few, right? One of these there's going to be a few big companies that are going to go out of business, and you're going to be surprised. You're going to be like, damn, wow, what happened? And then a lot of people are going to be questioning themselves, and they're going to be like, why did I make this move? Why am I here? What happened? So what happens to my equity now? So what happens to my downline? So a lot of things are going on right now. And listen, the biggest thing that I want to talk today about is going to be, we named it marketing. Because we created our brand, we have created a lot of flows of income. Not only different flows, but we created a lot of flows of income for our mortgage company, for our real estate company, for our escrow company. You know, we had our biggest week in escrow for Conquer Escrow.
Michelle.
We had our biggest week ever. So Michelle, I know you're there. So Michelle, we had our biggest week ever for Conquer Escrow. Like we closed so many deals. Like she was showing me like this check, that check, this check, this check, this check, that check. It was like impressive. So, and then how many escrows we opened.
Yeah.
So a lot of this has to do with, because right now there's a lot of experienced people in any industry. There's experienced people in mortgage, real estate, solar, insurance, escrow, anything. There's a lot of experienced people, and that's good. Experience helps you. There is a lot of people that are the best. Have you guys ever heard about the best basketball player that never played? Have you ever heard about the best player in basketball that never made it to the NBA, Anthony?
Hell no.
You know there's better players than Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan that never made it to the NBA?
Why?
Because they were never found. They didn't build the right relationships.
They didn't persevere.
It's not, there's so many boxers that are better than Julio Cesar Chavez, Mayweather, and they were never known. There could be somebody that's better than Kobe or than Mayweather in some part in Africa right now where nobody knows who he is. Nobody has discovered this talent.
Why does that happen?
Because they're not exposed, because they don't know, they don't have the relationships, they don't have the knowledge.
The right people on their side.
They don't have somebody that's going to be like, hey guys, look, I'm going to give you some pointers right here on how to get known. So my point is, if you're being the best, if you're the best in what you do, and you're the most experienced in what you do, you're still going to be broke if nobody knows who you are. So you got to know who you are. I'm not the best mortgage guy. I'm not the best real estate guy. I'm not the best speaker. But guess what? I'm the one that makes the most money. Why? Because I made myself known. That's why. When you have the resources, the relationships, nothing can stop you. So it's very important. Like you guys I was talking about like where we are today. It's because we mastered marketing. And not only that, what I said is, it doesn't matter even if you know how to market if you don't do it. I sit down with a lot of people, of my top people. I sit down, I give them one-on-one time, and I tell everybody the same thing. And some people don't do it, and some people do it. And the people that do it, they're the ones making millions. The ones that don't do it, I meet with them again next month. Oh, I haven't done it. Oh, I haven't done it. Oh, I know you said do this, but I didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? And I tell them like, hey, do you think you're busier than me? Do you have more things going on than me?
No.
So going back to that is, people don't see what I do that I don't post on social media. And my conversation with John today was about 3 things. There's only 3 things that you should be doing. 3 things. And this applies to whether you're an employee making $50,000 a year, $40,000 a year or less, Or if you're a self-employed person making $500,000, $250,000, or $1,000,000. It applies to all of you, because all of you, if you're making certain amount of money, you can make more. If you're an employee, you could get into sales and make more, because an employee is going to be limited on the money they can make. After that, they got to make some sales, whether it's outside sales on the weekend, they're getting their own business, making sales and getting their own gigs, or if they're making sales for the company and making more money via commission. So you got to get in sales if you want to be rich. If you're going to be an employee, you're not going to be rich. You could create wealth by buying real estate, which is a different topic. Maybe we'll talk about real estate next episode we have. But if you want to be extremely successful and you want to double your income, whether you're employee or self-employed or business owner, if you want to double your income from this day on, what I told John is you just have to do 3 things.
What are they?
Right? 3 things. Number 1 thing is do things that you enjoy and that make you happy. Okay, that's the number 1. Only do things that make you happy and that you enjoy. So for example, if Syl likes to go buy groceries, that's your exception. If you like it so bad, go buy groceries. If you like driving to Compton to get your eyelashes done, go do it. Go do it. If that makes you happy, extremely happy, then go do it. I'm not going to do it. If you want to go do all those things that are time wasters for me, but you enjoy them, go do them. Like to me, I like to do certain things. So you want to have your free time to enjoy those things. Like for me, I enjoy being with my kids, being with them. And I know that I have a few hours that I can block in a week or whatever. I know that I love drinking mimosas on an empty stomach. I love that. Like it's amazing. If you guys haven't tried it, I recommend it. Highly recommend that. Wake up one day at 5 a.m. and make yourself a mimosa. Open your laptop, put some music, think for a little bit, drink a few mimosas, and think about your next big move.
That is a pretty good feeling.
And if you want a better feel, another thing that I enjoy doing is I love to go to Puerto Rico, Dorado Beach, and being right there in the front of the beach and just popping a nice cerveza. What's the cerveza from Puerto Rico? I can't remember the name. Medalla. Drinking a nice cold medalla, but really cold with some ice, so it keeps it cold. I know you're salivating this, Anthony. So you put it in a little box with a lot of ice, water. You put your beer there so it stays super freezing cold.
How'd you know?
You have a sip, and you're just staring at all
you're
staring at all the beach, the beautiful breeze, the noise, the beautiful babes, and you're just like, whoa, it feels so amazing. So those are things that you enjoy. I like to do those things. My wife likes to go to the grocery store and get her eyelashes in Compton. Those are her preferences. Those
do
are
not
things
go
that
to
you enjoy.
Compton. Why would you say that?
So that's one. So that's one thing that you should be doing. So save your valuable minutes for that. The other 2 are obviously the most important one is $1 million activities. And they could be $1 billion activities. They could be money-making activities. So these are only activities that are going to make you money. So don't do anything that you don't enjoy doing. Don't spend any time doing things that are not going to make you millions. $1 million activities every minute. And then the third, what is the third, Syl? The third is only do things that are going to bring you value. So this means if you have friends, family members, only spend time with those family members and those friends or those people that bring you value. When somebody stops giving me value, I stop looking at them. I don't have time for them. I don't want to spend time with them. I don't want to look at them. Life is too short, and those 3 things, John, are what I told John you should be doing. If you're going to drive somewhere, make sure you're driving somewhere that's going to give you value, that is worth it. Stop going to all these events. Stop seeing all these people that are time wasters. There's a lot of events. You don't have to go to all the events. If you're going to go to an event, am I going to make 50 grand in this event? Am I going to create a relationship that's going to make me $1 million? If not, then you got to think about it's going to take you an hour to drive there, an hour to drive back. And then when you're driving, don't listen to music for an hour. Like put something that's going to teach you something. Listen to an audiobook. Get better. Call your mom. Call your son. Call your daughter. Those are things that you enjoy doing, or things that bring you value, or things that bring you money. Value is knowledge. So those are the only 3 things you should be doing. Everything that we do, it needs to bring value. So when I wake up, what am I doing? I'm thinking about my next strategy on social media. What am I going to do? I think about it. I do it. That's value. That's going to bring me money. Then I got to do a live for 90 minutes or more. That's value. It brings me money. Then after that, I work out. That brings me value. It makes me better. Then after that, driven couples. And after that, meeting. After 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, that's when I have time for appointments, podcasts, meetings, and all those things. I'm not going to have a meeting with somebody at 10 o'clock. That's my gym time. I'm not gonna do anything with anybody at 7, 8 in the morning. That's my lifetime. I'm not gonna get a phone call. I'm not gonna get on my phone and start answering text messages, emails, and getting back to people at 5 in the morning. No, that's my alone time when I'm thinking about my next strategy. So you gotta be very, very efficient with your time. Michelle knows this. When she sees me in the day, she knows, like, she doesn't even go say hi to me because she knows. Jarrett, same thing. He sees me in the morning. He doesn't even say hi to me because he knows that I'm not here to say hi. I'm here to work. I'm here to finish my task because I'm running low on minutes. And then they know when it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whenever that part of my day is done, they know, hey, now I can talk. Let's talk. Let's catch up. How's your weekend, buddy? How's your morning, buddy? Hey, you want to have some champagne? Cool. I'm sorry, I don't have any cheap champagne here. I only have Veuve Clicquot. So you are going to have to drink the nice shit. So that's the time that I have to, like, hey, you want to have some champagne? Cool. I got time to just shoot the shit. Let's talk about dogs or donkeys or freebies, whatever. Let's talk about that. What is the latest that John Travolta has said? Okay, cool. Perfect. So you guys get the point. After 6, 7, 8 p.m., the day's pretty much over. So you're not going to get a hold of anybody, especially people that are average. So my day doesn't stop there, by the way. From 6 to 12 is my third part of my day when I'm still productive. I still do another live. That's when I go to dinner with some of my top producers and mentor them and exchange ideas. Then I do my live, and then finally 9:30, 10 p.m., that's when I lay down with my daughters and with Syl, and we kind of catch up, watch a movie, watch Pinocchio or something like that, and that's when we have time to cuddle and do all that stuff. And guess what? Sometimes I finish my live and my girls are sleeping, and I feel a little bit sad.
Like
I feel a lot sad.
Yeah.
I feel very sad. But hey, I'd rather feel sad because my daughter fell asleep and didn't get to say goodnight to me. She'll say goodnight to me before that. We always say goodnight. We give a little kiss, but she falls asleep. So my point is that I rather have her fall asleep and not get to spend time with her on the weekdays, but knowing that she has a future that's immense, that's the best, that's the greatest future. And she has a future daddy that's going to be a billionaire this year, and it's going to buy an island for her, and it's going to one day, very soon, fly her to Italia. That's her name. Fly her to Italia, Milan, and have some champagne as we fly private, and then take her to the parks in Italy so that she can see where she came from. So I'd rather do that and have a nice, beautiful home in Bel Air where we have security, gated community, where we're safe from the thieves and from the bad people, than to be with our kids all the time but be broke, be in the process of eviction, be in a place where we don't want to be, in a dark spot. Why? Because you didn't want to work hard, because you didn't want to work from 5 in the morning till 10, 11 p.m., 12 at midnight, because you didn't want to go through that, because you keep hanging around with losers that only take from you, that are two-faced, and that are pieces of shit.
Albert.
So if you want to change your life, maybe stop hanging around with pieces of shit, because they're just holding you back. They're holding you down like the crabs. You put crabs in a bowl with boiling water, and they hold each other down, because that's how they are. So if you want to hang out with crabs and with pieces of shit, you're never going to get through in life. And you're going to keep getting negativity, having once again over and over in your life. And you're going to have to tell your kids, hey, we got to move out. Hey, we got to go there. Hey, we got to move with parents again. Hey, we're going to have to sell our car. Hey, you know what? I can't afford private school anymore. You're going to have to go public again. You're going to have to get vaccinated now. So that's why it's very important, all those things that I said, but I'm going to go through some marketing things here that are going to help you not waste your time. Like, you guys are very smart right now. You guys are listening to things. You're hanging around with us, and we're going to give you value, as opposed to having like a 1-hour lunch. Instead of having a 1-hour lunch, take a 5-minute lunch and spend the 55 minutes tuning into Driven Couples. So, Syl, do you want to say anything, add something to what I said? Because I have a lot of content right here that I want to go through with all our people right here.
I mean, people, it's really simple. You have to analyze your life and the people in your life and really, really look at it from a standpoint of we only have so much time in this world, in this current life that we have. And are these people providing value? Because I feel like a lot of people need to learn how to say no more often, be more honest, because let's be real. People are little chicken shits. They'll tell you stuff, but they won't tell the person. And to me, whatever I say, I've already told you. You already know. And I have no problem with confrontation, being honest with people. My expectations are extremely high, and they're never going to get lower for anybody. Not for him, not for anybody. They're not going to get lower for somebody else's comfort, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with having high expectations. Like me, it's like I believe in doing, if you're going to do something, do it right. You know, take the 5 minutes to read something properly so that you're not wasting your time. And what I mean by that is wasting your time by not reading it to then double work because you weren't paying attention. You didn't do the first step. You know, people want to go from 1 to 10, and it doesn't work like that. You go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, so that when you fall, it's not as hard because you're not falling from 10 to 1. You're falling, hopefully, from 6 to 5. You know, and I don't know, people, the world trips me out. It's full of, like, I don't know what's going on, but people are not getting any smarter. They're getting lazier. And if I can give you guys advice, is always do as much as possible in one day and really look at the people in your life. Because to me, I'm like, I like everybody. I want to help everybody. Unfortunately, most people don't want help. And the life that they currently have is because that's the life that they choose to have and that they allow. Because most people aren't willing to put in the work required to have a better life year after year after year after year. And it's necessary for us to analyze our life, add and subtract. You know, I'd rather be with my kids on a Sunday than be with people that I don't really care for. You know, and this doesn't mean I wish harm on anybody, but to me, I'm like him. If there's no value, there's no value. Like, people are
like
just people.
why have dinner or lunch and go to like San Diego or
When it's not a
Compton
business opportunity, right?
or Salinas, or I'm just making these cities up, by the way. But look, speaking of that, guys, because of my marketing, because of me being the most known loan officer, I have a very famous athlete here, you know, that just texts me. Look.
Oh, yeah.
I'm helping him refinance. Or I'm not gonna say his name because he's my friend. Watch, I'm gonna send him another voice note.
Relationships.
Yeah, bro, just trust me. You trust me, right? They don't call me Albert Preciado, the mortgage guy, for nothing, man. You know I'm the best mortgage guy. You know that, right? You can trust me with everybody. Your kids, your mom, your family, your wife, anybody. I am number one, and I'm an ethical dude. I got you, so let's move on this quick. All right, guys, so listen. I'm getting like $1 million deals here from athletes, celebrities, and it's so easy to make money, like so easy. Like, and listen, when you put your head down and you just work and trust the process, life rewards you. A lot of the times I'm like, I'm just doing my thing. I'm working, and all of a sudden I get all these offers. Hey, you want this money? Hey, you want that money? Hey, we could give you this money. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm just getting like money coming from all over the place. And then people are inviting me. Hey,
like, let me have some.
You want to come to this event? There's gonna be this. We'll pay you this. Boom, cool. I'm in. So. And then you get referrals and more referrals and more referrals. But remember, it's very important to stay relevant. So going back to that, if you're on social media right now, okay, don't think that you're going to get like Albert in a year. It took me literally 10 years to build my social media. 10 years we started TMG, our first company. So TMG, the mortgage guys, we started it 10 years ago. Remember the staircase? Did I have an Instagram? I didn't have any Instagram.
Nothing.
I think I had a Facebook, maybe a MySpace. So I wanted to go back to my MySpace to see like all the chicks that I had there, to see if they're still there. and see how they look now, but I think they erased it.
It's a music platform now.
Mm.
MySpace?
There you go.
Yeah.
Because some of those girls that were hot, now they just went,
Or they let themselves go.
yeah, that's the same thing. They went like that.
Hot air balloons.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, going back to the subject, right, Syl?
Yeah, please stay on subject.
Yeah, so don't expect to grow your social media, your brand like this 1 year. It might take 10 years. But guess what? If you don't do anything, it's going to take longer. So you got to start right now where you're at. You got to start right now. I've been telling all of you guys to stop advertising on Facebook and Instagram. It sucks. Start advertising on TikTok. Grow your TikTok. It takes the same amount of effort. All you got to do is just create reels, because that's all you need right now, reels. Reels are the new thing. Why? Because reels are short. They have to be under 60 seconds because why do they do that, first of all? Why do you think that they only TikTok allows only ads that are under 60 seconds?
Attention span.
And for some time, they only allowed you to do reels that were like 30 or 60 seconds. Now they made them a little longer. But my point is that people right now, I don't know if it's all the vaccines that people are getting, people's attention span is very limited. So if you want to talk to somebody, you kind of have to be like, hey, like Chip. You know, like Chip? You got to be like, Chip, Chip. You got to scream at them, and then you got to be like, and then you get his attention like really quick, and then you got to get the message across really quick. Because if you don't, if you take more than 30 seconds, you lost them. You take more than 60 seconds, forget it. They're already thinking about like, oh, where am I going to go out tonight, fool? Hey, fool, where am I going to go out tonight, fool? Hey, with all their friends that say, fool, hey, fool. And then they go out and they party and they get drunk and spend their paycheck because they want to forget about their week. So you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person. You want to make sure that you are creating 60-second clips or 30-second clips that you get their attention like the first second. The first second they're like, oh my God, I want to hear it. And then you give them some info. You get them to laugh, something funny. And then you give him a takeaway. Hey, did you know that I could help you make $80,000 of credit limit like this, like fucking easy. All you do is you open 2 credit cards from the Marriott, and then you open 2 other credit cards from Delta and United, Chase. You get approved. They're easy. You get a high limit because they're traveling cards, and then you combine them with your Chase Freedom 0% interest for 15 months, and boom, you get $80,000. And then you could start your own company with that, your own event with that. You could use it for marketing, whatever. Bam, 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 boom, quick. You don't want to say a whole story because you'll lose them. So once you create your reel that's under 60 seconds, now you post that same thing on TikTok. However, don't copy it. Like, for example, when you post on TikTok, TikTok gives you a copy of the video with the TikTok logo and the song, the music that you pick. Yeah, the watermark. You don't want to do that because the algorithm doesn't like that. So Instagram and TikTok hate each other. So have you ever had an ex that was really annoying, and she was like kind of scary annoying, where she would get knives and get naughty and go peek through your window and just get crazy? Have you just remember your ex or a scary ex that you had?
I've never done that.
And then think about your other ex that you had that was just like that. Imagine having both of them in the same room. It's not going to be a good outcome. So you got to be very, very, very very careful with TikTok and Instagram, because it's like one ex and the other ex hating each other because they both love you. So you want to do it. You want to post it on TikTok, and you want to do it from scratch there. Select a music, a song that's trending, put it, lower it down a little bit so that people can hear your voice, and then you post it. You pick a good cover. So if in the cover, like maybe you're walking, getting in and out of your car, getting to your office, saying something, sitting down, and blah, blah, blah. Make sure, like, if maybe when you get out of your car, maybe your dress goes a little bit higher, you show more leg, or your blouse goes a little bit down, you show more curves. Select that perfect clip, snapshot, where you look very, very sexy and revealing, because it's going to get more attention. If you select a picture of like black, or like a black square, or maybe the wheel of the car, it's not going to get attention not as good at not it's not going to be as attention getter as if you show the curves. So if you notice, a lot of girls, they've been getting that, and they've been posting a lot of revealing pictures because it gets people's attention. If you put a nice car, a nice watch, it also helps. Exotic things. So you want to get the attention and select that as the cover of the reel, and then post it. Okay? Then you do it all again from scratch on Instagram, and you select the same music, the same song. You lower the volume. You select the same curve snap when you're showing some pierna and the boobs or whatever, and boom, you post it, and bam. And then you do the same thing on YouTube Shorts. Same thing from scratch. Select the same song and do all that. And I could go on and on. So you do it, and Facebook also has Reels. You do the same thing on Facebook. It's a lot of work, but it's easy because you're just repeating it. It's something that you don't have to think.
So you're taking the same post in essence and putting it here, here,
Yep.
and here.
Yep. Guys, if you made it this far, I have an exclusive mastermind that I want you to join. Go to drivenacademy.com and subscribe to my exclusive mastermind, where we're gonna meet in person every month at my workshop, and you get more perks. All you gotta do is go to the link below and sign up. I'll see you there. And then you don't have to let your marketing or your video person create the reel with no song, no music. It's just your voice, because that way you can select different music and post a reel, and then that's gonna blow you up. If you guys haven't seen my TikTok, I just posted a video about credit cards, and this was for my mastermind presentation. It has like 350,000 views now, and it got me like 10,000 followers, just like that. And guess what? TikTok making me so much money. Every time I go live on TikTok, just from TikTok, every morning at least, just from TikTok, I'm not counting all the other ones. Just from TikTok, at least 10 new subs every morning from TikTok, just from TikTok. And this is not counting the subs that I get every morning along from Instagram, from Facebook Live, from YouTube Live, from I go YouTube English Live, YouTube Spanish Live. I go Facebook Live. I go TikTok Live. Oh, and then I go Instagram Live on mine. I go Instagram Live on Syl's. I go Instagram Live on Driven's Instagram. And I'm just like live on all these platforms. And it becomes like, it's to the point now, Syl, where I have so many people talking to me at once. And everybody's like telling me, I want it. I want the VIP package. And it's like VIP package here, VIP package there, VIP package there. Like, imagine, Anthony, if me and you were single and we would promote ourselves. You would do all the marketing stuff, and then I would just like pull in all the chicas. Like, imagine, we would be dangerous. But use marketing,
We
guys.
are dangerous.
Use marketing for good things, okay? Don't be a playa. Take care of your girl. Be honest, be ethical, and don't be a playa.
Good. Then you die.
So we're gonna jump into some questions. If you guys have any questions here on
Marketing.
About marketing, and you're watching me on Instagram, you guys text that number, because I'm gonna close down the Instagram, okay? So you guys on Instagram, if you want to keep watching this live and you want to ask some questions so that we can answer the questions, you gotta text that number right there. Text that number, and then once you text that number, it's gonna send you the link for the Zoom. So we're gonna be sending the link to everybody that texts that number. So you gotta sign up for my number right there. So click that number, text that number, and then you'll get the link. Make sense? I'm gonna see you guys. All right? See you later. So you want to say something right now, but let me say something right now really quick, and then I want you to add some stuff to this. And if you have any questions, please ask the questions in the comments so that we can answer your question, okay? Only driven people will survive this year, by the way. Like, there's a lot of people that are panicking because the economy is bad, real estate is bad,
Well, that's
mortgage
because
is
they're
bad.
not willing to put in the work
Exactly, like,
required. They don't trust their own abilities. That's the only reason.
We talked about it in the morning. So
Yeah.
remember, look, guys, how do you get driven? Look, these are things that you gotta have, or you gotta start doing if you want to have that drive to become a millionaire this year. This is gonna be the easiest year to become a millionaire if you're coachable and you go execute, because we can't execute for you. You gotta go execute. Okay, so remember this. Driven people think big. Driven people are not quitters. Driven people are not softies. Driven people are fearless. Driven people never back down from anything. Driven people lead by example. Driven people let the results speak for themselves. So that's going to take you a long way. And remember that there's 6 skill sets that you need to focus on right now. And I'm going to tell you that guys that right now. But you want to say something before we answer a question really quick?
No, go ahead.
You want to jump into a question before I keep going, Anthony?
Where are the 6? Just say them.
I'm going to keep him. I'm going to share with them after the question. You got somebody, Anthony? There's a lot of questions right there.
No, they're not questions.
People commenting. So,
Oh,
okay,
actually,
guys.
Jonathan has a question.
All right, let's go. Let's put Jonathan on. Is this Jonathan, my Jonathan?
Yeah, he was here at the Mastermind.
With Jasmine,
guys.
right? Oh, the other Jonathan.
Hi.
So we got a lot of Jonathans. What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, I'll be the other Jonathan, man. I don't mind.
How are you?
Doing good, and you?
Well, actually, you're a
Good.
different Jonathan. We had like 5 Jonathans at the
This
Mastermind.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
He's garage
I'm
door.
the garage
Jonathan.
guy, Jonathan.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, it's a little bit noisy, man. I'm over here trying to eat and listen to you guys and chill with the family all at once. But I got my wife, and I'm trying to convince her to be my partner. But she's playing hard to get.
In the business?
I don't know. Yeah. Like she could be my Syl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't force your girl to do that, but just because she doesn't work with you in the business doesn't make her like no good, like no bueno. Like she could be an awesome housewife because
or a working wife.
or she could be an awesome wife that has another job or another business. So that she doesn't. You can't. The thing is, you can't force her to. Now, if she's just a lazy wife and doesn't want to do anything, doesn't give you value, then that's a different story. Like if that's the issue, then I would leave my wife because she's not providing any value. But if she has her own job, if she has her own business, if she's home working hard all day with the kids, she's providing value. That's the way I see it. But if my wife is not providing value, being a lazy ass, doesn't want to come to all my seminars, come to work with me, doesn't want to go work out with me, then I would leave her. But what do you think? What do you have to say about that?
I think you
'Cause you
when
can't-
the time is
force,
right, it kind of just works. Yeah, you can't force. See, like me, I kind of evolved into all of this. As much as some days I'm just like, man.
But I closed her. I took her from Red Lobster to being
Shut up. No,
the
he didn't.
COO of all these
No,
companies.
no. I grew into it. But
Remember you
again,
used to bring me
I'm
lobsters?
that person
Sizzler.
that makes everything happen. Like to
Both.
me, I'll be the last one in a room, more pregnant than anybody in heels, and I'll get the job done. Like he'll go home and I'm still here. He doesn't let me right now.
I
'cause I'm
never go
pregnant.
home and you're still here.
So-
Never,
so let me
never.
ask you, really?
No, that's a lie. Don't
So
don't
driven
lie.
events.
Don't lie that.
Driven 5.
Don't lie.
Who set up all Driven event and where were you? When
Dri-
did you go to Driven
the-
5? Tell me
One day
time.
out of the year because you're operations
Ah.
and you're putting and you're
So
just
my
and you're
point
just telling
being-
people where to put the seats.
No.
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
all the work with them.
Yeah.
I would never ask somebody to do something that I wouldn't do. And then that's why sometimes I
Yeah,
get
don't say
frustrated
that
because I'm
ever
like,
again.
how do people not
Guys,
like
excuse Syl
understand
for that
You just
nonsense.
keep going. You don't stop until you're done. And why would you leave something for tomorrow that you could do today, right? But like I kind of evolved into all of this as much as some days I'll be honest with you, it's just like so much that I'm like, fuck, like is this really what I want to keep doing? And for how long, right? But I've enjoyed it, and some days I don't enjoy it, but at the end of the day, it has to get done. So your wife, you can't force her, but maybe if you take her to work and you show her everything you do, and will she make more money with you? You know, it's a conversation. It's literally a conversation you guys have to have, and you could say, look, this is what it would look like, because then the fun part comes. What are you going to do? What is she going to do? And how do you not get in each other's way? It's a lot, Jonathan. So really, you know, you have to really consider and analyze the pros and the cons, because they could backfire really, really quick as far as your marriage
Yeah, I
goes.
tried one theory. Yeah, it kind of backfired. Like you said,
already
you can't really
backfired.
force anyone into it.
Right. You know, but if she likes what you guys do, you know, there's people like Jim Sandoval. His wife does his marketing for him. And he's a realtor. He's a badass listing agent. and he has an assistant and other people on his team, but she does the marketing. So again, it's something you have to enroll her in and realize what is she going to do, establish what her roles are, what your roles are, but then maybe it's something that will never work. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
As long as your marriage is healthy, all good. Because sometimes going into business together, it just will not.
But Jonathan, to answer your question better, what does your wife do right now? Give me a little bit about her.
We're not in a regular situation per se. We're kind of in it's health-wise, and I'm the only one working at the moment. And health-wise, she's going through some tough times right now.
Okay.
And I kind of just want to get involved to keep her busy, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, I cannot force her to do what she doesn't want to.
Right. But I mean, taking calls and taking orders and customer service might be a good option, but she has to want to and be willing to. Because it always helps, because nobody's gonna care more than the business owner, right? So it's always helpful to have, you and somebody else that's definitely on your corner no matter what.
Are you married?
Yeah.
You haven't brought her here yet, right? To the events?
No.
No.
Yeah, you should.
I took my other wife with. She calls her my other wife, is my other good friend. But I haven't taken her.
Yeah, well, if you really care about her, you need to bring her to the masterminds and to the big event, the boot camp. You should bring her to the boot camp, but just bring her to the events that you go to, so that she could be around those people, and that way she sees what you're doing. Syl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So sounds good?
Sounds good. And then can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned at the Driven event, whenever we do like lives, we're supposed to put what was it?
Mention you
on the live. So it has to be capital M and then all of them small letters. Mention you in a live. Not mention you on a live.
In a live.
Yeah, mention you
and
in a live.
And then you put that on the title?
No, it's a mention you on the live. Mention you on the live. Yeah, capital M, not mention you in the live, or not small letters, not capitals. Everything has to be, like I said, like capital M, and then mention you on a live, and then you put that on the title. So when you're going live,
it's the title. You put it on the title.
You click live, and then on the left side on the top, it's going to say title. You click there, and then you put the title, okay, and then you go live.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother. Awesome. So anybody else that has a question, let us know. One thing that I want to start off with, look, there's 4 key things here that you guys have to focus on. And one of them is knowledge, one of them is hard work, one of them is sales, and one of them is marketing. Which one is more important? Which one is going to make you billions? Which one? Which one is going to make you at least multi-millions? Which one is more important?
Marketing.
What do you guys think, though? Who's watching this? Like, what do you guys think? Okay, knowledge is not enough.
Says marketing.
You could be the most knowledgeable person that's broke as a joke.
We know.
I know so many. I know homeless people that are knowledgeable. Like sometimes you'll try talking to a homeless guy or a lady, and they'll tell you some of them are really smart, but they fucked up. Like they're homeless now. So there's a lot of knowledgeable people that are lazy, that never leave their home. They're always like in their PJs, in their couch. They don't want to work. So it doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are. There's a lot of knowledgeable broke people. Hard worker. There's a lot of hard workers that are broke. There's a lot of hard workers working the fields, making very little money, being under the sun all day. There's a lot of construction workers carrying rocks and stuff all day, hard workers, but they're broke. So hard work and knowledge is not enough. Sales. There's a lot of people that are great in sales, but they're broke. We know a few of them. Think about a few.
Yeah, I know.
They're great talkers, they're great in sales, but they're broke. So, guys, it doesn't matter if you have sales, hard work, and knowledge if nobody knows who you are. So you got to make sure that everybody knows who you are. Like, why do you guys think that I'm doing lives every morning for 90 minutes and every night for 90 minutes or more? Sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. Why am I doing that? It's not only to make more money. It's not only to get more subscribers. It's not only to get more recruits. It's not only to get more business for real estate and mortgage. No, it's not only for that. It's to stay omnipresent. You got to stay relevant. People have to continue to see that you continue to show up. You keep showing up. You keep showing up. You keep showing up. Right now, there's a lot of silence. There's a lot of silent people. People that it seems like they lost their tongue. They stop posting. They stop being aggressive. They put their hands down. They have given up. You know, like they're silent. And that says a lot. So you want to be omnipresent. You want to continue to show up. You want to be there relevant. You got to stay relevant because guess what? People don't buy the first time they see you. They don't buy the second time, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. People usually buy on the seventh try or more. Meaning, when you ask a girl out, no. You ask a girl out again, second time, no. You see her at the club the next night, no. You see her at a different bar next day, fourth time, no. Then you see her at the mall, fifth time, no. Then you see her at work, no. You go to a seminar, you see her again, no. You see her the seventh time, and all of a sudden she says, you know what? What are you doing later, Richard? Do you want to go have some sushi?
Yes.
And you're like, absolutely, let's go. Now, if you're a closer, when she tells you that she wants to go have sushi with you, you're going to say, I can't right now. I'm sorry, but I have I'm going to go to dinner with Angelica. And I can't today, but let me get back to you. Because girls always want what they can't have. And then when that girl sees you, Richard, with Angelica, having some Mexican food at Javier's, and then you're posting it on your stories, she's going to get very jealous, and then she's going to want you even more. So you got to play that mind trick. One thing that I'm studying a lot right now is psychology. But that's also a different thing. Jordan Peterson's really good, by the way. Jordan Peterson, he's a psychologist. And there's a few others that are really, really good. If you want to make a lot of money, study the minds of people. How do people react? How to get in their heads? How to persuade people? How to get people to like you? How to get people to do what you want them to do? Very powerful. And if you have a company, hey, study that. That's next level shit.
Cognitive biases too.
Yeah. Tai Lopez was really good at that. So, guys, what I'm saying is marketing. Remember, you got to market and you got to spend some money getting known and being out in public. You can't be shy. You can't have a private profile. And remember, it's not going to work like this. You're not going to have the following that Albert has or the credibility in 1 year. No, it's going to take 10 years. It might take 5 years. It's going to take some time. But you got to continue to advertise, market, show up, stay relevant. You got to keep being out there because people are not going to follow you. People are not going to listen to you. People are not going to buy from you the first time they see you. So if you run an ad, they see it. They got to see it 7 times at least. After the 7th time, that's when you're going to get a yes. And it could be the 8th, the 9th, or the 10th. So keep doing it. And I know I gave a little bit of tips about dating and getting the girl of your dreams, or ladies, getting the man of your dreams. You got to keep asking. Ask. The 7th time, you're going to get a yes. Maybe the 8th time. So keep asking. And then when they finally say yes, you say no. And then make them jealous, and then that's going to get in their head, and then they're going to want you even more. And then I could make another segment for the rest on how to continue to close the other side. But you said you had a question right there, Anthony?
Dan.
So Dan, what's up, Dan? So sales, hard work, knowledge is not enough. You got to focus on marketing.
Hey, how are you, Albert?
You got to turn on your camera, Dan.
Hey, Dan, what's up? Turn on your camera. What's up, Eva?
Hey, how
Hi,
are you?
Dan. Good. How
Very
are you?
good.
Good, good. I have a question, the simplest question. I started like doing my own advertising agency. I've been doing e-commerce the last 3 years, but it's not simple to get the first leads for real estate lawyers. So what's the first step for to get my first clients, my first leads?
Tell me more about what you're doing exactly. Like, how are you? You said e-commerce. Like, how are you're getting? You want to get leads for realtors
Yes, and lawyers.
and
So
lawyers.
I'm getting my first offer and everything, building my own advertising agency. So that's my first goal, getting my 10, 20, 30 leads for my agency.
And you want to
And I
get
want to know what's the first. Yes,
and you want to get leads so that you can sell these leads to like realtors and lawyers.
yes.
And what are you doing right now so far? Like, how is what's your process? Like, how do you what do you advertise? What kind of advertisement? And how many leads are you getting right now? And can you tell me a little bit about your process right now?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing my own funnel, sales funnel, doing my omni channels, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm getting my certification for Google, but actually, I'm not ready for to get my first leads because I don't know what's the first step. Um, and I know you're getting a lot of clients, a lot of leads, and I'm not sure if you have your own agency and what they're doing for.
So let me ask you a question and be really honest with me. So right now you're kind of
Yeah,
winging it, right? You're winging it. You're kind of like just testing it out and cold.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like the first,
So this is what I would do. I
mhm,
would go to like the best seminar workshop
mhm,
that you could go to that's about
yeah,
marketing, that's about advertising, like running ads and marketing.
Click
There's
funnels.
a really good event that I went there to San Diego a while back. It's the marketing event. What is it called, Anthony?
Well, there's a couple. There's AdWorld.
Conversion Summit.
There's there's that one. There's Funnel Hackers Live,
So like
B2B marketing.
so those Conversion Summit, there's quite a few of them. So I would go there and just go there as a student and like take ideas, see what's working right now, and invest in maybe one-on-one coaching with people that are doing it already, because that'll save you so much time. Because right now, if you're just winging it, you're not gonna get results. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna lose a lot of money, and then you're gonna get discouraged. And then you're gonna be like, man, this is not working out. Because everything works, but you gotta know how to do it. You gotta need you need the blueprint.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go buy real estate, you're just not gonna go like, okay, I'm just gonna go buy real estate. I'm gonna make some offers. No. What are you buying? Why are you buying it? What's the ROI on this property? Like, how much is it gonna go up?
The
What's the
cap.
potential? Can I add value to it? Where is it located? Are the tenants here paying the rent good? What, like, you gotta study, you gotta know, you gotta have the blueprint. So I would go there and just suck all the information like a sponge, and then you're gonna have the blueprint, and then you're gonna go out there and do it, because there's a lot of cool ways of getting leads. I have a few of my loan officers that are paying companies $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month to get leads for mortgages. And these companies are not
Hmm.
doing anything special. They're just running some Facebook ads, getting leads that are crappy, and bam, bam, selling them. And I told my loan officers, hey, what are you doing? Give it one more month, and if you don't get results, you got to cancel this. So there's a ton of companies that sell leads. So once you learn that, I'm going to give you a book that I want you to read, because once you learn how to do it, that's not enough. Now, how can you be different? Think about it this way. You see a beautiful babe right here, a beautiful babe right here. One's Russian, one's Puerto Rican. They're both super babes, super attractive. Who am I going to go with if I like both of them? Whoever is different, whoever gets my attention more. So I'm going to go like that, right? So that's what you got to do, because now you know how to do it. Now you're a beautiful babe. Just giving you an example, just using a beautiful babe as an example. You have your beautiful company that does marketing and sells leads. So why would somebody go with you instead of this one? Why? You got to be different. You got to stand out, and you got to have your marketing for yourself, for your brand. Everybody needs to be, hey, if I want to do marketing and buy leads for lawyers and for real estate, I'm going to hit up my guy, Dan. Hey, by the way, I got a really good guy that can get you the leads that you need so that you can convert, and you just train your guys on sales, and you're going to get all these deals closed. You got to look for Dan. Dan's the guy. So you got to stand out like that. You got to be the one. When people think about mortgages, they think about the mortgage guys. When people think about real estate, they're like Ambiance Realty. When people think, oh, I'm going to go to this conference, business conference, they think about Driven. So you got to stand out. I use this book for all our companies, all of them. And this book is called Blue Ocean Strategy. Read this book. This book is going to change your life. And then go learn all the knowledge on running ads to get leads. Go to all these seminars, study it, and then market yourselves with this book, Blue Ocean Strategy. Blue Ocean Strategy is going to teach you how to disrupt that industry and stand out so that you're the guy. I'm looking for some leads for mortgage, for real estate, and for lawyers. Dan's the guy. So that's what I would do. Get that book, read it, and go to these events. If you want me to send you the events, I'll recommend you a few events that are just solely on marketing. So you want something to add?
No, I agree. You have to be able to capture these leads if you're going to sell them.
You got to know how to do it.
Yeah, you have to know how to capture the leads with good click funnels and all that good stuff. But again, you have to learn that because it's not just going to happen magically. You got to get the knowledge. Does that answer your question?
I get it clear. But
all right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome, Dan.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Looks like we shook Dan. But guys, look, I was going to tell you, we're going to do one last question. Anthony, pick a question right there. Give me anybody that has a question. Let me know. Raise your hand. Comment the question. Look, the 6 fundamentals that I know people were waiting for. Once you have marketing and sales, so let's say you have like 10 Alberts that are super good in sales and marketing. Then what happens? That's not enough, because once you start getting a lot of business and a lot of sales and a lot of marketing and you get overwhelmed with a lot of business, you're getting like all these people that want to buy from you. You're getting all these people that want to join your company. You're going to become overwhelmed like that if you don't have operations in place. So what are operations? Systems and processes. And systems and processes are things that you're always improving. You know, people want to talk shit and say, "Oh, yo, well, your processes are not that perfect." Processes continue to improve all the time.
They evolve.
And if we didn't know what we were doing, then we wouldn't be 10 years in business growing.
Right.
Every year is better than ever. Every year people come and go. Everybody is replaceable, employees and salespeople. So every year we get better and results speak for themselves. If our systems and processes weren't in place, we wouldn't be here where we are today. So every year we have crushed it versus the prior year. That's growth.
That's a conversation I had today. As you grow, you have to make changes. You have to pivot. There's certain things that aren't working that we now have to change. Processes, procedures, reminders, emails, 500 emails if that's what it's going to take.
You know what growth means?
Yeah.
It's change. If you want to grow, you got to change.
Well, change is good all the time, and all the time
Change is always going to be part of it.
Right.
If you're not changing, you're not growing.
Right.
You can't do the same thing that got you here last
Right.
year. You got to change. You guys saw me change this year.
Well, people don't like change. That's the sad part. They want to stay the same year after year and wonder why they're in the same place with the same people doing the same things with the same bank account.
Yeah.
Which cost of living goes up every year.
So operations. Operations are key. And then after that, in order to scale more, you need training. We train Mondays and we train Wednesdays. It's repetitive, it's draining, it's a lot of energy. However, you got to be able to bring in new people, green people that are green to the industry, and you got to train them. As long as they're coachable, if you have great training, you're going to build these people and you're going to create like Bryant's, Brandon's, Gonzalo's, Frankie's, people that are new stars in the company that are brand new. They're 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. If you have the training center, a training place, and good people that are teaching people how to close deals right now, not a trainer that you pay 60 grand or 80 grand a year to be your trainer for the company, because those people are not doing good. Okay? I don't want to learn from a person that makes $60,000, $80,000 a year. I want to learn from a person that's doing $1 million a year.
Right.
So that's why I believe that the most effective way of training is get your top people that are actually making $1 million so that they can tell people, this is what I'm doing, copy it, and it works. That's the best way of learning. Learn from the people that are making it. If you ask me, hey, Albert, how do you make $1 billion? I don't know how to make $1 billion. I'm not there yet. But if you ask me, hey, Albert, can you show me how to make $30 million? Can you show me how to fly private for the last 3 years? Can you show me how to get a $1 million Ferrari, SF90 to be exact? Can you show me how I could get my wife a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, one of the many Rolls-Royces we have? Can you show me also, Albert, how do you get a house in Bel Air? How do you get a headquarters like that? I can show you how to do that.
Right.
How do you get a
'Cause you've
Richard
done it.
meal? How do you get a Patek? Okay, I know how to do that. I can show you that. So the best way of learning is don't hire. Why would you? It's like the most ridiculous, dumb shit you can ever do. Why would you listen to a trainer that makes $80K a year on how do you fly private? How do you drive a Rolls Royce?
Well, it's like asking somebody out of shape, how do I get in shape?
It's like asking somebody in McDonald's, a McDonald's worker, hey, how do you start a McDonald's? They're not going to know. So watch the source of your advice. So the best way of training is having your top producers train your people. And now you might be saying, oh, well, these people are not good teachers. These people are not the best speakers. These people are not, that's not their strength. Their strength is making millions. So if you want to learn how to make millions, ask them questions. Learn from them. Stop putting people with no results to teach people. It's not going to work. You're going to go out of business. So training is important. Investing. Okay, once you start making money, you got to invest. The money you make, you got to reinvest it in your company to grow the company. You don't make money and then, oh, I made money. Now I'm going to spend this money somewhere else. You got to keep growing your company, because when your company stops growing, it starts dying. You always got to push more, push more, push more. One day when you don't want to work anymore, you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to sell this company for X amount of dollars. Boom, you sell it. Then you move on to a new venture. You can't stop. You can't stop. Like, I like what I do, Syl. I like what I do. I like working out. I like being able to go like this
I like
and feel
working out too.
rocky abs like that. I like that. I like having good champagne. I never want to ever drink Corbel in my life.
Hopefully you don't ever have to.
Now, leverage. You might be asking, well, Albert, I don't have any money right now. You're talking too advanced. Oh my God, I don't have the money right now. If you were here in the past Mastermind, I showed you guys, and I'm gonna end it with this, unless we have one more question, Anthony.
No, we're done. It's 60
If you want to learn, and guys, look, if you need more information, I'm gonna end it with this. So if you guys need more information, go to Driven Academy and sign up. DrivenAcademy.com. Sign up. It's $67. It's my mastermind group. So all of you guys, mastermind group, you guys pay $67, which is pocket change. I should go to jail and be imprisoned because it's a felony to give so much value for $67. Please call the cops, Anthony.
Stop it.
So it's so much value for $67. And then every month we meet in person. You guys come to our office. We meet up in person. We mastermind. I give you so much knowledge, and I bring my circle of influence. I bring my rich, wealthy friends to come, and you spend so up close and personal time with all of us. So this is just a bonus. Driven Academy has hundreds of hours of content and information and lectures that's private, that I created, that's there for you, that I don't have on social media publicly. It's like private information that's in there. It's only $67. So just go to drivenacademy.com and sign up. I show you the steps on how to do this. But what I was telling you right now is, if you don't have any money right now, if your credit is decent, I have a lecture there in Driven Academy. I can teach you how to create $60,000, $80,000, $90,000 of no interest money for 15 months. You could use Chase. You could use Bank of America. Very easy. Very easy. And if you want to learn how to do it, all you do very easily, I'll tell you in 60 seconds to keep your attention in place, okay? You go to B of A, you go to chase.com, and you apply for 2 hotel cards. Then you apply for 2 other traveling cards, Delta, United. Those cards are going to give you like $15,000, $20,000 limits. And then you get all those cards. You call Chase. Hey, you know what? I want to transfer all these credit limits from these Marriott card, Delta card into my Chase Freedom card because this card is 15 months no interest, and I just want to transfer all the credit limits here. Oh yeah, but you know what? You have an annual fee for each of these hotel cards and Delta card. But we're going to go ahead and waive it for you because you haven't used it, and we're just going to transfer all your limits to your Chase Freedom card. Now you have $80,000 limit with no interest, and you could use it for whatever you want. You could use it for a down payment to a house. Your 3.5% for FHA, you could use it for that. You could use it for that. How do you do it? It's too much info, guys, but these cards give you a blank check. You use that check. You deposit it to your checking account. You wait 2 months, so it's seasoned. When you apply for a mortgage, they only ask you for your last 2 months' bank statements. The check is perfectly and all legal because they give you the checks. Chase and B of A give you a check to cash it in your bank account. You go and deposit your check to yourself, perfectly legal. And then you wait 2 months for it to reflect in your bank account so that when you go and apply for a mortgage, you have a bank account right there with $20 or $40 or $60,000 right there that's been seasoned for 2 months. And then you go buy your mortgage and you created money, free money. Why would you do that? Because if you need 60,000, what if you don't need a house? What if your dad is sick? What if your kids need something, a surgery, whatever? Why would you use the last $60,000 that you have in your bank account as cash when you could go use somebody else's money and put their money at risk, not your cash? You don't have to pay their money right away. You don't have to pay any interest. And what if you can't pay it? That's another problem you have. But at least you don't lose your $60,000 cash that you can get back. What if somebody commits fraud? You call, hey, Chase, I'm not paying that. That was fraud. You let them deal with it. Your cash, you lose it. So use other people's money. You could start a business with this. You could create your own event with this. There's a lot of things you can make. So guys, if you want more, I'll see you at the Mastermind. You know where to find me, and I'm not going anywhere.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one, guys.